Hello and welcome to this tutorial. We define a function that prints any multiplication table. So let's see how we do that and how it's done. So first we define a function. We begin by def, which is how we define a function, and write a name for the function. We write it mult table, and then we have another parameter here that should be entered in order to print the multiplication table of any number, of number 2, of 3, or 4, or 5, or any number. Okay. So how we do it? We should have a for loop, and in the for loop we need a counter in order to count the position, in which position we are from 1 and up to the number to 10. So what we do here, we have an n as a counter. It's normally used n or I or any. n in range. In range we begin from 1 up to 10. So in this case we have to give here 11, because if we can write like this, we can write it 10, but the problem is that it begins, the n will begin from 0 to 9. From 0 to 9 we do not need 0, so in this case we write from 1 up to 11, and in this case we'll get 10, from 1 to 10, the multiplication of a number from 1 to 10. So okay, now what we should do here at we should print for the user to see the string of the counter, or the position, in which position we are, which is in this position, and then what we need here, and then we need a plus sign and a multiplication sign, because we have to write the multiplication table. So for that we need a multiplication sign and plus again, because all of it prints as a text to the user. And here we have to write the actual number, because if we want the multiplication table of, for example, 8, so we have to write that number here. So the number that that's going to be entered by the user, this number should be there. For example, 1 times, for example, if it's 5, 1 times 5 is equal to 5. So then we have plus and an equal sign. So you have to enter equal sign here, is equal to, and plus again. The plus is used for concatenation, because every string or text part should be concatenated to the next one, to the next one, to the next one. Okay, the last part is str. It's changed the format of the integer into string. Now this here we print the result. The result is n times, for example, 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 5 is 10, and so on. So n times the number, whatever it is. Okay, the printing is finished, so it will print, and that we close the parentheses in order to work. So this will be done 10 times, beginning from 1 up to 10. So begin 1 times 5 is equal to 5, then changes to 2 times 5 is equal to 10, and so on. So this is our function. and then we get out of the for loop and print something, print a line in order to just separate this from other parts. Okay, so this is the function. Now we can test the function how it works. So let's see if we just test it mult table, and then we write 3, for example, multiplication table of 3. Let's see. Okay, there's something wrong. Okay, print n plus multiplication sign, and here, aha, okay, we do not need this one because here is the parentheses that close the print. Okay, let's run it again. Okay, that's it. Let's see here. You see that 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 3 is 6, and so on. We change it to 8, for example, and run again. And now we get the multiplication table of 8. Okay, now what we do that this is that the programmer, the one that who has written the program, can do like this, or even or use it in something else, in another program. And now I want to that the program should be able to communicate with the user, because the user may not be able to come in the code and enter any number and so on and print. So in that case, we want to communicate with the user that the user should see a user-friendly graphic interface. So what we have, we use a while loop here, and before that we need an exit in order to be able to exit to get out of the loop as well, or the program. So this is a Boolean number. We give it x interval x equal to 1. So now we begin the while loop. While exit, and this is a check. While the exit is not equal to 0, so we run it as long as the exit is equal to this means is not equal to 0. So while this exit is not equal to 0, while this is 1, or while this is not equal to 0, so we should do the lines, we should run the lines that are inside this while loop. So what we do here, first we have to print for the user that, for example, this program prints any multiplication number table. Okay, this program prints any multiplication table, and one thing is that we tell the user what to do in case the user will terminate the program. So we have to tell the user print enter 0 to exit. So we enter the user should enter a 0 to exit, like 0. So the user should enter that in order to exit. And now we let the user enter the number that which multiplication table the user wants to be printed. So we write table number. So this is a variable that we save the value of the number that's entered by the user. So Right, it should be in integer form. So input, and here we should write the table number. You want to print. Write the table number you want to print. So the user should write a number, and the program should uses this function and print out the result. Okay, let's see now. We have to check if the user wants to exit the program or not, or continue. So first we write an if. In this we see that the table number, if the table number is equal to 0. If the table number is equal to 0, then what should the program do? If the user has entered 0, because we said that if the user enters 0, should terminate the program or exit the program. So we have to change the value of the exit to 0. The value of the exit is changed to 0 because the first time here the value of the exit is 1, and now we change the value of the exit to 0. So now we change the value of the exit to 0. The while loop will terminate. It will not run anymore. And we have to print something for the user, that the user should understand that it has logged out or terminated or exited. We should write exited, so that the user understands that the user is out of the program. Okay, else, otherwise what should be done? Otherwise we run the multiplication table with the given number. So what was the number? The number was this. The number was this number. So the given number, we run this multiplication table. So we run it as long as the user has not the user can get the multiplication table of different numbers, and as long as the user has not entered a 0, the program will run. So let's see, let's run it and see if it works. Okay, so we have to comment this one because we do not need this, and stop, run again. Okay, this program prints a multiplication table. Enter 0 to exit. Write the table number you want to print. Yeah, you want to print. There should be a want. Okay. Anyway, you write multiplication number of 2. Okay, that's good. This is a multiplication table of 2. So it runs again, and it is working. Multiplication number of 8. Okay, that's good. Multiplication number of 8. We choose another one, 5 for example. Okay, that's good. Multiplication number of 5. And now I want to terminate it. So I write 0 and enter. Exit it. Good, that's good. So you have to, you want, that's it. So this is working like this. First the function, and we can use the function as it is, and or we can communicate with the user with in a friendly way in order to be so that the user can use the program very easily. So test it once again. For example, we write the multiplication number of 10. Okay, this is the multiplication number of 10, and continue with, for example, multiplication number of 12. Okay, that's good. So this is a multiplication number of 12, and so on. Okay, now I do not want to print any other multiplication numbers, or just for the case of example, write a multiplication number of 25. Okay, that's good. So this is the multiplication number of 25. Okay, now I am done. I have to enter 0 and exit the program. Okay, this was the multiplication table by Python. Hope you like it. Hope you have learned something. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do it and share and comment. Have a nice time. Bye bye.